Welcome back. Stasa23 here, back again with some knife therapy for you. The knife I have in front of you today is basically on loan. If you hadn't seen my video before this one, check it out and you'll see what I'm talking about. But this knife is the CRKT produced in collaboration with Ruger Knives. As you can see, the Ruger logo right there. And this is the RTD. This is a Matthew Lurch design. Definitely can see his design influences there. You have this nice attractive drop point blade with a hollow ground of 1.4116. I think it's called Krupp steel. The Knife Steel app says it's equivalent to 440A. But I had a knife in this, and I think it was a little bit better than the 440A. You have very nice, precise point for piercing. Ooh, pointy, pointy. They executed the sharpening choil. Excellent. Love to see that. You got some billboarding on this side. You got the RTD Lurch design, U.S. patent, blah, 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 blah. And there's the model number. You got some jimping up here. It's more aesthetic, I would say, being that they got the coating on here and you have these wide scallops. It's not that sharp, but it's semi-functional. You also have the two logos on this side. This is riding on Teflon washers, but it still has a nice smooth action. They did a good job there. And I think they're using the Teflon for this field strip technology, and there you go. This is a knife that has that field strip technology where you flip this right here, unscrew this, and the knife's apart. I'm not going to take it apart because this knife is going on to somebody else. You have glass reinforced nylon handles. I'm sure they did it to keep the price down along with the steel. You have a nice deep carry pocket clip. And I like to see how they left a smooth spot underneath that pocket clip instead of this texture, which, being that it's glass reinforced nylon, it's not really that, I don't know, it's not really that grippy. But nice to see that they thought about that. You have a geared back spacer right there. There you go, semi flow through. You have a stainless liner lock. Lock up around 40%. No play, up or down, left or right. You have a little bit of side-to-side flex, and I think that comes from the nylon washers. I noticed that in a lot of nylon washers. You can somewhat choke up right there. I wouldn't really feel comfortable. If you had small, skinny fingers, maybe you could, but it's more so done for the sharpening choil. The flipper is executed nicely. You do have jimping right there, so you do get a purchase. I never once felt like I was going to slip off of that flipper tab. For the light switch, just pull it back and it deploys pretty much every time. For the push button, it's about the same. I prefer the light switch. It's more comfortable. And the ergonomics, this is rather comfortable because you have just, you don't have any crazy choils. You have a little scallop right there, but a pretty basic handle. Nice and comfortable in this grip here. This one's not as comfortable because I do feel that clip in my medium-sized hands. Reverse grip is not too comfortable because you have that little gear right there to take the knife apart, so that's where my thumb sits, but I never use that grip anyway. Like I said, the action's nice on this knife. It's not like the best action in the world, but being on Teflon washers, it is decently smooth. You have a nice oversized decorative pivot there, giving it that rugged look. And you have a Torx T8 on this side. And you don't have to, these are basically dummy hardware because you flip this down and, like I said, unscrew that. It's just for looks there. So My overall impressions on this knife, I like it. I like the look of the knife. Um, the field strip technology, I don't ever take my knives out down in the field, but I guess if you were a person that needed that, yeah, that could definitely be a good thing. Especially if you get some grit and grime knife, you could easily clean it out. But one thing that kind of, I don't know, I just didn't really understand the choice behind it is you have a blacked out blade, everything's blacked out, nicely done, even blacked out pocket clip, and there you go. See that? And I don't know if they were trying to go for the matching the blade edge, but why wouldn't you blacken out that liner? I don't know. Y'all tell me, does that bother y'all? I'm very OCD, so maybe it is a good contrast with the blade edge. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. But this is no small knife whatsoever. Let's see. Got some knives around me. The Kershaw Link. It's a good bit bigger than the Link. Got the steel wheel Modus. Good bit bigger than both of those two. I don't know if I have anything that's near me. Well, I do have the Tuya Knives Bruiser. These two are pretty much identical in size, so if you own a Bruiser, you'll know how big the RTD is. And what else do I have nearby me? Also the Kershaw Knockout. Excellent budget knife right here. So there you go. There's some size comparisons. I don't have my scale on hand, but I can give you some quick measurements on this guy. I'm not prepared for this at all. About 8.5 inches overall with a 3.5 inch cutting edge and about 3 3/4 inch blade. Your handle scales are 4 3/4 with a grip area of about 3 3/4. So nice there. Let's check out this guy in the pocket with my simulated pockets here. Got your straight pocket with that deep carry clip. Let's see how well it sits down in there. And there you go. Pretty much disappears. I like this clip. I wish they would start using that more often. It has a nice bit of ramp right there, and it didn't really cause a hot spot for me. You have a lot of area underneath that pocket clip, and even though the clip screws aren't recessed all the way, they are somewhat recessed. And what is that? There's something. You'll see that ball in the pocket clip? I just noticed that. I don't know what that is. Huh. That's odd. If somebody knows what that is or what it's for, y'all let me know. I've never seen that before. Check out the blade centering. It's perfect. That's one thing that I've noticed a lot on a lot of the field strip technology knives that I've seen is they, for the most part, go back together centered. And there you go. That's how much of the knife will be sticking out if you have this slanted pocket. So there you go. That is a quick look and first impressions of the CRKT/Ruger RTD. This knife comes in right around $55. Y'all tell me what y'all think about on that price point. There's a lot of great knives like this guy right here in D2 steel with G10 scales. So you're basically paying for this field strip technology. I understand that. And if that's something that interests you, go ahead. There's nothing wrong with this knife functionally. It functions well. It's a pretty good slicer with that hollow ground blade. You're going to have to sharpen this knife more than you would, say, D2 or the 14C 28N or 440C, but it's an easy knife to sharpen. So I guess if you were using this out in the field and you had a sharpener, it'd be one that's, not going to take you a whole long time to sharpen it up out in the field. So maybe that's why they went with that steel. I'm not too sure. I really think it's probably to keep the cost down, being that this field strip technology, I'm guessing, costs a little bit for them to make, because I have noticed that all their knives in the field strip technology are kind of pricey. So there you go. that's my impressions of the RTD. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it down below. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.